I'm a sinner, left my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner.
Hello! Welcome to Malevolent. So this was a game requested of me. This is a demo apparently, so let's see how it is. So I'm curious about this, and it is the spooky season, so this is a pre-alpha version. There may be bugs, crashes, and other issues. Content is subject to change. Please report anything to that person. The default name for the protagonist is Harry Hart. You can change them now. We have to go by the rules. Anon. What's your surname? Anon. Anon. Oh, I'm sorry. It's usually Chan, isn't it? Waterfall Institute, one of the best universities when it comes to computer sciences and engineering. The coursework is rigorous and meant to weed out anyone not committed or not suited for their degree. I'm going to lower it just a bit. It's probably loud. What warning? I missed it. Unfortunately for me, that level academic challenge is kicking my ass at the moment. We are doing this live, by the way, in front of supporters. The only reason I'm still barely passing is thanks to the classmate of mine, She won. To be honest, she's struggling as well, but at least she understands the lectures and homework better than I do. We've been getting together at the campus library every week to brute force our way through all of our assignments. The problem is that Shiwon is visiting her family in South Korea this week. Her younger brother, Ji-hee, is getting married. Ji-hai? Ji-hee? While I wish them the best, this means my prospects of completing this week's homework is grim. It's difficult to coordinate on homework across the ocean and in drastically different time zones, especially when Shi-won is likely drowning in all the prep work for the wedding. Someone's texting me? That made me look at my phone. Speak of the devil, it's Shi-won. Hey, Anon? What is going on with my phone's battery? Is it possessed? I came across a new app during my vacation and immediately thought of you. It's called Malo. Malo should be free on the App Store. Let me know what you think. I'll be back in town and able to chat in a few days. It's not unusual for Shi-won to send me memes and fun apps she finds. What is unusual is how my phone's battery level jumped all over the place. Okay. Nope. Alright, so we noticed that. It's back to normal now. Must have been just a bug of some kind. Regardless, I might as well check out this Malo app. So I don't know anything about this SCP, by the way. This app icon is a little ominous, with a stylized O against pure black. The description of the app is interesting. For Anon, never settle for those awkward feelings of being alone ever again. Malo is an exciting and interactive experience that will keep you engaged and intrigued. The anxiety of social situations can be nerve-wracking, but after just a few hours of Malo, you'll soon forget all about those painful emotions of disappointment. Be part of a new craze that is quickly becoming the next social substitute. Remember, the more you participate, the more Malo will engage you. Your experience is completely up to you. It's weird that the description has my name in it. And that call out about anxiety hit close to home. Thanks, Shi-won. You really know how to bury that dagger. Still, as she recommended it, what harm is there in trying the app out? It's not like the App Store allows malware. You idiot. Plus, there's supposedly no ads on top of being free. Worst case, it'll just be some ChatGPT knockoff that I can delete later. I hit the install button and set my phone aside as the app downloads and drag myself out of bed so I can at least get something done today. Alright, hold on. Somebody's explaining the SCP to me. You install the app and you... By the way, if you want to join these, you can become a member here or on my other channel, Sinfully Pure. Or you can become a member on Patreon and Subscribestar and you get a invite to the Discord. Skull, okay. Picture with the skull-headed wolf creature. The picture will start depicting places. Okay. I'm not going to read it all because that'll spoil things. By the time I return from the bathroom, my phone's done installing Malo. Or so it seems. When I look through my list of app icons and shortcuts, there's nothing new. Maybe the install broke in some way? I navigate back to the App Store and try to look up the Malo app once more. Strangely, there's no longer any results in my search. Maybe I just so happened to download Malo as it got pulled from the App Store for some reason. Oh well, I'm out of bed now. I might as well attempt to get some homework done. Though without Shiwan around, that's going to be a challenge. My throat hurts. Give me a second. I definitely went past my limit today. After 3 hours of beating my head against the wall, I give up and turn to gaming. I only got an hour in before my phone chimes. Is that Shiwan again? Instead of a text, my phone's showing me a photo of the main food court at Waterfall Institute. Who sent this, and why is my battery level fluctuating again? Begone, phone demon! I'm about to hard reboot my phone when I notice something odd about the photo. There, between the pillars, is something out of place. Someone is wearing some kind of animalistic skull mask. The elongated snout makes me think of a canine, like a fox or a dog or a wolf. A quick search on my computer makes me think it's meant to be ladder. I can't make out the figure's body from this angle and with the lighting conditions. It is vaguely humanoid, but beyond that and the mask, I can't pick out any distinguishing features. None of the other people in this photo are giving this weirdo any attention like you might expect. By the way, if you guys find any other games like this that you want me to potentially record and joke around with and stuff, feel free. The one wearing the mask is staring right at the camera too. Creepy. Either this is some kind of practical joke or I got this picture by accident. There's no way of seeing who sent the photo, as this isn't the usual messaging app. After trying a few things, my only options are to zoom the photo and quit out. I'd be curious if people find other, little short visual novel horror games, mature or not, like this. Naturally, I do the latter. I also note that my battery display goes back to normal as a result. Try Googling the battery issue, but can't find anything concrete as to why it's bouncing all over the place. It's possessed by the devil. I also note that the picture has been automatically saved into my phone's gallery. Oh well, none of my afternoon classes meet today, so I can focus on relaxing and gaming. I want to get another look at that. Yeah, okay, you can kind of see it there. After a quick bite to eat, I return to vanquishing orcs and collecting loot. The hours fly by. I'm only pulled out of my gaming when my phone chimes again. I thought I was hearing things earlier, but there's something off about my notification sound. I pick my phone up expecting to see a text from my family, something from Shiwan or an email. Instead of any of that, I'm greeted by another mysterious photo. Where is she this time? I don't see her, do you guys? This time, it's one of the quads on campus, specifically between the 4 major lecture halls. At the tree? Oh, I see it now, yeah. You know what this is becoming? This is becoming one of those, fine Waldo type things for you guys. Waldo, sorry. And sure enough, the person in the wolf skull mask is there too. They're close to the camera. They're closer to the camera than the first picture, but they're still far enough away to be out of focus. Again, no one else in the photo seems to notice or care about them. I like this so far. As the saying goes, once is a happenstance, twice a coincidence, 3 times is enemy action. If I get another photo like this, I'll know that it's something far more serious than someone sending the wrong number. For now, I quit out, shake my head and clear my thoughts, then get up from my desk to fix dinner. After scarfing down my meal, it's right back to my computer. I mess around until about 11 p.m., at which point I turn everything off and get ready for bed. When the monster gets you, it'll play ads. That would be funny. My phone makes the noise the instant my head hits the pillow. Could it be? Okay, let's see if we can find her this time. Oh, right there! I see her right off the bat. Damn it, another photo. I recognize the location as the 3rd floor of the university's main library. I do like how this is being done so far. That's where Shiwan and I usually study together, in one of the meeting rooms. This is just Shiwan screwing with you. This picture doesn't show the said rooms, but it does have the wolf skull individual again. They're peeking out from behind one of the stacks of books, as if they were playing hide and seek. At this point, I have to face reality. This is no longer a case of getting messages meant for someone else. Someone is deliberately sending me those photos, but why? If it's an elaborate prank, then it has to be stopped. Then it stopped being the fun kind. Are they trying to unnerve or threaten me into doing something? Could whomever they are be a stalker? Wouldn't be the first time something like this happened at Waterfall. The university has an interesting history, to say the least, but none of that helps me now. Now I have to decide what to do, rather assess what I can do about this. There's no phone number to block or report, which is what I'd normally do in this kind of situation. My only lead is that Malo app could be related in some way. I checked the list of apps on my phone. Nothing, no sign of Malo. Maybe I should back up my data, then fully reset my phone? Should I factory reset my phone? Alright, chat, you get to choose. Should we factory reset it or don't? What does the chat say? Once again, thank you all for being supporters in your own little way. Many people are typing. I don't think it does anything. I don't know the story. I don't know. Maybe we'll do SCPs for Halloween this year. We'll read some more SCPs that you guys choose. Which reminds me, a phone needs to be fixed. I want to actually get a new phone. Reset? Okay. There's a chance that resetting my phone won't do anything, but I have to try. An hour later, I have a just like new phone. However, the mysterious images are still in my gallery. How did those photos survive the factory reset? Sighing, I set my phone aside, pull up the covers, and try to get some sleep. It takes a bit for me to nod off, but once I do, I get a blissful 7 hours rest. I'm awoken in the morning by my phone's alarm. When I go to silence it, I'm greeted by an unwelcome image. Just chilling there, look at her. She's having fun. Yep, there's a student lounge where I sometimes nap between classes. And guess who's in one of the mini cubicles looking right at the camera again with glowing red eyes? Guess resetting did absolutely nothing. Damn it! I swipe away the disturbing photo and stare at my home screen. Why is this happening to me? What am I supposed to do? That's when I notice a notification from my news app. It auto-flags tech articles from the local news outlets so I can keep up with current events. I thumb over the news app and open it up. I'm greeted with an article about some people's bank accounts being compromised. What stands out immediately is that all 20 of the affected people downloaded a new app the previous day. And like the Malo app, this one disappeared from the store and showed no signs of being installed. Joke's on you! I'm a college student! I'm already broke! The article goes on to list out the damages in the thousands of dollars. Did my account get hit too? I rush over to my computer to check my bank. I don't trust my phone at this point. After frantically typing my username and password, I breathe a sigh of relief. All of my money is where it should be. There's not much of it left over from my internship, but it's still there. Just to be on the safe side, I make sure the two-factor authentication is set to use methods other than ones involving my phone. Oh, yay! All $10 is still in my account. I can have a dinner. Also change my reset questions so they aren't guessable. There's not much else I can do on that front, but at least I know to watch my account for any suspicious activity. Speaking of suspicious activity, something's not adding up. Why would Shi-Wan recommend such a malicious app? I should ask her about it. Hey, why did you recommend me that Malo app yesterday? Huh? Yesterday? I didn't text you yesterday. I was busy prepping for the wedding. You sure no one got a hold of your phone? No one but me has touched my phone. Then how did I get these? Dunno, that's really weird. Those aren't in my message logs. All I can tell you is that I didn't send those. What's this Malo app thing? Did you download it? Unfortunately, yes. Long story. When will you be back? Not until the 9th. Why? Are you in trouble? Maybe, maybe not. Could all be an elaborate prank by some hacker. Don't worry about it. Enjoy the wedding. I hope I didn't freak Shi-Wan out. I probably should have thought things through instead of replying off the cuff. Oh well, I can't do anything about it now. Same goes for the wolf skull issue. I have an 8 a.m. class coming up. I have to be there, even if I don't understand half the lecture material. Sure enough, I'm lost in copying notes blindly within 20 minutes. I'll just have to hope that I'm able to decipher things with Shi-Wan's help when she gets back. The main issue is the sheer amount of material being presented in the 2-hour lecture. Add on to that, a GTA presenting and not the usual professor, and the whole situation is losing battles. Speaking of losing battles, my phone dings. I feel like I already know what's going to happen. When I glance at the screen, I see the food court once again. She just wants her pizza. And sure enough, the wolf skull is present, but something's changed. I want pizza. I might get pizza tomorrow. Instead of a vaguely humanoid shape they've been up to this point in all the photos, they have a mostly defined body. They're still partially made of shadows, but the curves of the body indicate that they're a woman. She doesn't have the red eyes of the last photo, which is slightly better for my psyche. How do I feel? It's slightly better. I can see the red eyes. What are you talking about? It's the kind of an ego boost that a girl is interested enough in me to go this far. Still, acting like a stalker and taking this possible prank too far is a bit much. Nothing I can do about it at the moment. And even worse, I've lost the thread of the lecture in the minute or so I was spent staring at my phone. I try to resume taking notes, but I can't focus. Between the course material flying over my head and the most recent picture, I just can't concentrate. I end up surfing the net trying to find if anyone else out there has experienced something similar with the Malo app or a stalker like this. I waste time in that fashion until the lecture comes to an end. And that will be all. Professor Balwald is still on leave of absence due to familial emergencies, so the exam schedule for next week will be postponed. In its place, we've already given you an extra assignment to cover that gap in the syllabus. Great. That means Shi-Wan and I are going to be scrambling even more when she gets back from her trip. For now, I pack up my things and head to the next lecture. To get there, I have to pass through the same quad that was in the second photo sent to me. As I pass through it, I'm constantly looking around, trying to spot someone watching or following me. Nothing and no one stands out despite me keeping my head on a swivel. My nerves are fraying bit by bit. I can only hope my next class can distract me. This lecture goes much better, as it's an out of major elective I took on a whim. Sure, the professor has an accent thicker than tar, but I can actually follow his rants about modern media in relation to the classics. It's a nice palate cleanser after the deluge of nonsense I endured earlier in the morning. By the time things wrap up, I'm in a far better mood. There's a gap in my schedule where I can grab lunch and relax for an hour before I have another in-major hell to suffer through. I swing by the main food court, though not merely for food. I want to see if I can figure out where the wolf skull photo was taken from. Failing that, I could try asking some of the employees in the background at the photos if they saw anything. A few minutes of searching, and I think I know the general area where the camera must have been to snap the photo. That leads me to asking around if anyone remembers seeing a wolf skull girl. It being lunchtime doesn't help the food court workers' moods when I try asking about it and showing them the photo. More than once I am told to fuck off and quit holding up the line. Even when a rare employee does give me the time of day, they don't remember seeing anyone that matches that description. I give up asking around, and entire food court thinks I'm insane. I wonder if Wolf Skull Girl, or whomever is behind her, is photoshopping themselves into otherwise normal photos. I want to know for sure, and until I can get more photos as points of comparison. For now, I grab some food and go outside to eat. Right as I toss my trash into the can, a terrible sound comes from my pocket. Also, I'm pretty sure that's the AIM sound. Well, shit, I recognize that lecture hall anywhere, especially after spending my morning there. The place is completely empty, meaning my tormentor is the only one in the scene. Does this mean they're tracking me somehow? Or is it coincidence that they picked somewhere I've been recently? Yeah, no, she looks kind of cute. Like the two-color hair. Not like I can ask them even if I wanted to. As long as they don't have fur, I don't give a shit. I can't just smash or ditch my phone as much as that might solve my problem. Notice me, senpai. Some of the internships I applied to recently have a more old-fashioned process. That means I need to be able to answer my phone instead of going through email or virtual meetings. I also don't have enough money left to buy a new phone, even if I wanted to. Today sucks. Really, really sucks. And it's only going to get worse when my next class starts. By the time that lecture finishes, my brain is completely fried. At this point, I've run out of fucks to give about pretty much everything. I'd go fuck shopping, but there's no more fucks left to buy. The only cure is making something nice for dinner at home and vegging out for the rest of the evening. By the time my phone goes off again, I barely recovered enough energy to care to look at the screen. Huh. Wolf Girls in Central Park. I occasionally take walks there, but haven't been since last week. Good for her. Now, if only she would leave me the hell alone. Yeah, I'd be at that level too at this point. The remainder of my evening is a complete wash. I ended up climbing into bed, feeling utterly defeated by the world. I debate whether to leave my phone on or not. I can't get pictures if my phone's off. Should I turn my phone off? Chat, should we turn the phone off? What would you like to do? Does chat want the phone on or the phone off? Okay, people want us to leave it on. I could turn my phone off, but I doubt it matters in the long run. All I'd accomplish is delaying what feels like an inevitable at this point. Hopefully, Wolf Skull Girl won't bury me in photos while I'm out. My dream, really a nightmare, is of running from Wolf Skull Girl across the dark cornfield. I awake in a cold sweat a few minutes before my alarm would usually go off. When I check my phone, there's a photo waiting for me. Oh look, she's using the internet. Looks like she's in the main computer lab now. Any computer science major would recognize the Emporium. For one, she's not looking directly at the camera. Instead, her side is turned and she's focused on the computer screen. I'm morbidly curious what she could be doing. I set my phone down and start my morning ritual. When I return to grab it, an entirely new photo is on my phone screen. Fuck, that's right outside my apartment. I rush over to the window and carefully peek out the curtains. There's no one on the street where this photo could have been taken. Oh, if you could, that will be really funny if that gets to be a choice. She has to be tracking me somehow. There's no doubt in my mind. I'd turn off my phone for good, but all that'd do is cut me off from any family, friends, or employees trying to contact me. I can't talk to Shiwan about this while she's away. I can't go to the police, they wouldn't believe me. Yet I have to do something or I'll go insane. It's a good thing I don't have any classes today, otherwise the furniture barrier I make against my front door would be an issue. Wolf Skull Girl won't be getting through that pile of stuff, not unless she's a ghost or comes in through the second-story window. Still, it takes me a bit of time to calm down enough to handle breakfast. My phone is deliberately laid out of reach. I dread even looking at it, looking in its general direction. Sorry. I'm on edge, so on edge, in fact, that I let out a high-pitched yelp when my phone goes off. Please don't be another photo, please. Thank God, it's just a news article. Or is it? On the surface, it's like your average medical mishap report where someone's pacemaker broke and they ate dirt. The troubling thing is that the breakdown occurred due to a pacemaker's firmware being corrupted. Firmware shouldn't randomly corrupt like that. If someone was running an update that failed, then maybe, but otherwise firmware stays well firm. And as the news article points out, only certain devices are authorized to communicate with something like a pacemaker. The authorized device also has to be in close proximity to the pacemaker. You couldn't update the thing from across the room. What stands out is the only such devices capable of such found in the victim's room is their phone. With all that's happened to me since downloading Malo, I can't help but wonder. Could another mysterious app be behind this death? Is this death somehow related to the financial theft in the news yesterday? Even more, God, that's loud. There we go. Even more to the point, if everything is related, what does that mean for me? Questions. All I have is questions and paranoia. Lots of paranoia. It's getting to the point where I'm Googling the signs of schizophrenia and nervous breakdowns in hopes that all this isn't real. Because if it's real, I can't finish that sentence. I shudder at that thought. This has to be a prank gone too far, right? I'm nobody. No one. I have nothing of value, no connections to anyone important. Why target me? My mind is racing. My heart feels like it could burst out of my chest. I can't focus on anything. Adrenaline has me stuck in fight or flight mode. I nearly throw my phone out the window when it dings again. I'm gonna go get a screenshot. She getting sassy up in here. She's learning to pose. She's back in the student lounge, albeit far more prominent than before. Her red eyes have returned as well. I do like the art a lot. Maybe I should... Apparently this person did another game, but I don't know if I want to do it. Maybe I should reconsider turning off my phone. I'd miss any important texts or calls, but at this point, isn't my insanity more important? Should I turn off my phone? Chat, do you want to turn off the phone, or do you want more sassy Wolfie? But I thought at this point she's supposed to be in the house. Well, she feels like being a little daring this time. She's playing cat and mouse. Leave her alone. I'm not choosing this time. Fuck it. Turn the phone off. Fuck it. I can't deal with this right now. I shut my phone down, even going as far as removing the battery. I need a distraction bad. Guess it's time to hole up in my office for the rest of the day. It takes a few hours, but gaming gets me to relax and pretend like nothing's wrong. I play all through the afternoon and evening, not even breaking for food. I'm too nervous to eat. I feel like I would just throw it back up anyway. I end up going to bed on an empty stomach. Don't have any nightmares, thankfully. I awake feeling a little better, knowing that my phone is inoperable at the moment. And that's where we're gonna leave it, so we'll find out more next time, guys. Welcome back to MalOvent? MalOvent. I'm never gonna be able to get the name. Though I am somewhat worried that I might have missed an important message or call. My phone has been off for the better part of 18 hours at this point. Should I turn my phone back on? I can't handle seeing another photo, I just can't. I end up leaving my phone off and remaining in my apartment for the rest of the week. It's only when Shiwan returns from her trip and comes banging on my door out of concern that I emerge. I tell her about everything I've experienced up to this point. She's of the mind it's all a hoax, so I go against my better judgment and turn my phone back on. Mistakes were made. To my pleasant surprise, there's no trace of photos. They've all been erased from my device. Even after 24 hours of waiting, no further photos come in. I have no idea what the hell I experienced this last week, but I'm glad it's over. Huh, we got an ending. 1 minute in! If we had waited another minute, we would have gotten an ending. Started taking a drink from a very long bottle. My morbid curiosity gets the better of me. I turn my phone back on, and sure enough, 2 photos pop up right away. First come is the food court again with the Wolf Skull girl closer to the camera. The second is the library, and she's smiling in both pictures. There's also a news article notification waiting for me. Looks like one of the professors of Barwald's colleagues is in the news for an opinion piece on AI. I've never met Professor Zelen in person, since AI isn't my focus, but I know they do significant amount of research at the Institute. Zelen's of the opinion that we should embrace AI, and that it's Pandora's box that can't be sealed. They're already trying to. I'm curious if she has any lips. They go on to saying that there's potential for greatness if humanity as a whole focuses on training and enhancing AI systems. Yeah, no, that's not going to end in disaster. Every time we've tried to let loose AI, it always ends up being really funny. Anyone remember Tay? I don't necessarily agree or disagree with Zelen's point. I just know that the tech field has to manage AI going forward. Oh yeah, because, you know, Google's doing such a good job of that. Again, though, AI isn't my focus, so I'm not overly concerned. Someone much smarter than me can make sure HAL doesn't kill us all with pictures of poorly drawn hands. I'm about to get out of bed and get ready for my 8 a.m. class when that happens again. Oh, fuck! I do like the art. The art's really, really nice. Oh fuck, go fuck, go fuck, go fuck, go fuck! She's in my living room, on my couch! How the fuck did she get in there? I toss my phone aside and beeline for the baseball bat I keep next to my bed. I strain my ears as I creep out of my bedroom and down the hall towards the living room. I like the black and white. Yeah, I love the black and white and how you only really have color in her eyes. I think that's really, really nice. And again, the art is fantastic. Not a single peep. And when I arrive in the room, there's no sign of anyone. Even the furniture barricade from yesterday is as I left it. Just to be on the safe side, I check my apartment top to bottom. None of my cupboards or closets holds Wolf Skull Girl. And yet my phone rumbles from the bedroom. Maybe I should smash the fucking thing? Turning it back on was clearly a mistake. Should I smash the phone? Man, those things are expensive. Do you really want to do that? can't handle any more of this. I'm done. I advance upon my phone with the baseball bat held high. Even after I shatter it to pieces, I don't stop hitting my phone while screaming. I end up remaining in my apartment for the rest of the week. It's only when she... Okay, so this just turns into the same thing. Okay. So at least we're seeing most of the ending. Now I have to know where this demon is. Bitch, not my save points. Oh no, she's gone into the files. She's in my office now, looking at my computer. I rush in, weapon ready to defend my pride and joy. Nothing. She's nowhere to be found? Oh, come on, this one's getting easy. Now the bathroom is what is she doing behind the shower curtain? As soon as I ask that question in my head, why is she in the bedroom now? At this point, I'm running from room to room chasing after a ghost. Strangely, I don't flinch when I get to the next photo. At least she's staying in bed now, though it's weird. The picture shows her all bundled up in sheets. I can clearly see that nothing is on my bed has been disturbed. Though none of my senses can detect her, I decide to try to speak to the seemingly empty room. Look, I'm about a minute away from smashing my own head in with this bat. What the fuck do you want from me? Why are you doing this? Please tell me, I'm begging you, make this make sense. My phone makes a new noise, one I've never heard before. When I look at the screen, I can see the camera has been turned on. And wouldn't you know it, Wolf Skull Girl is right in front of me, according to the live feed. She's staring directly at me, unblinking and unmoving. Can you even understand me? Okay, why are you messing with me? She points in my direction. Is there something about me? What then? My phone? Was it because of that app I downloaded a few days ago? Are you designed to stalk people? Why are you angry with me? I'm the one being harassed here. This is going nowhere. I tried turning my camera off, but the app keeps just relaunches right away. I try pointing the camera away from Wolf Skull Girl. She moves to be in frame. Even when I point my camera straight up, she simply appears as if looming over me, looking downwards. What should I do? Oh, chat, we have to do the worst possible choice. In my frustration gets the better of me. I clench my bat and swing as hard as I can towards where she's supposedly standing. Just go away, damn you! Via the camera, I see that the bat passes through her as if she were a hologram. It may not have been a physical effect, but that expression tells me it hurt her metaphorically. Don't try and manipulate me. Leave me alone. I throw my phone down on the bed, ignoring it as it starts to buzz as I head for the kitchen. She can drain the battery for all I care. She can't mess with me if the phone's dead. I grab some cereal, pour myself a bowl, and begin slowly working it. Despite not having anything to eat this morning, I just can't manage to do more than pick at my food. I can hear my phone vibrating in the bedroom, and Wolf Girl tries to get my attention. Sooner or later, I'm going to have to go back in there and deal with her. Maybe that's why I'm eating so slowly. The longer I'm here, the longer I'm away from her. Whoop, why did that skip? Each rumble from the other room eats away at my resolve. I need to focus on something else. Anything else. Maybe even my homework. Deliberately ignoring the sounds coming from my phone, I settle into my office chair at my desk. I turn my music up loud enough to drown out the noises as I try to make some headway on my homework. I'm not able to make any progress by the time the sun long gone down. The entire time my phone has been vibrating non-stop. More annoyed than angry at this point, I storm into my bedroom and pluck up my phone. What the fuck do you She's gone from the camera. Has she finally left me alone? Wait. What's that in the reflection of my closet mirrors? Why? Why won't you help me? Congratulations on reaching the 90-hour mark. At this point, you're stuck with Malo. I hope you enjoyed this alpha demo. Alright, so what happens if we pick the other one? So 90 hours, my ass. My curiosity gets the better of me. I reach out towards where she's supposedly standing. I feel nothing via the camera. Via the camera, I see that my hand phases through her as if she were a hologram. Her expression and wagging tail tells me it had some kind of effect on her, though. So I can't actually touch you, but you still react as if I can? Interesting. Are you going to follow me around my apartment if I keep my phone on me? I see. Well, now that we've established you're harmless except for draining my phone's battery, I think I'll have something to eat. Phone in hand, I head down to the hall to the kitchen. Wolf Skull Girl glides backwards as I move so that she doesn't collide with me at any point. Once I reach the dining table, I set my phone down and flick out a little standing leg on the back. I then pour myself some cereal and sit so I can see the screen. What's this? What's this? It's just food. You do understand I have to eat, right? I'd tell you to make yourself comfortable, but we've established you're not tangible. She nods once more, then begins inspecting my kitchen. She can't actually open the fridge or cabinet doors, but that doesn't stop her from sticking her head into them all the same. Whoop, why does it do that? Watching her as I eat is strangely comical. Way better than watching some streamer while chowing down. What? She points to my fridge insistently. What about my fridge? She keeps pointing, sighing. I get up and open the door. See, there's nothing. The scent of decay hits my nostril and fills the kitchen. I nearly gag and I pinch my nose and search for the source of the stench. The culprit turns out to be my carton of milk. It's gone bad. Very bad. Good thing I'm the type of monster that doesn't need milk to eat cereal. Good catch, Wolf Girl. But how can you smell if you're not physically here? Much less through a fridge door. Right. I like the little wagging tail. That's actually really adorable. Let me just take this out to the trash then. I'll be right back. After a quick jaunt outside, I return to my phone. Should I try leaving her in another room? Nah, we're gonna keep her with me. I figure that she's going to keep insisting I pay attention to her like an attention-starved dog. And if the metaphor is more apt than I think, leaving her alone will just lead to more problems. Come on then, you can watch me flounder about trying to do homework. I settle into my office chair at my desk. I then angle my phone so it perpendicular to me. Wolf Skull Girl happily inspects the space given to her as I try to focus on doing something productive. Every once in a while I glance at the phone screen and check in on her. She seems content to just stand there looking at me. It's eerie, don't get me wrong, but now that I know she's harmless, it doesn't freak me out as much as it should. I'm even able to make some headway on my homework. By the time I finish, the sun's gone long down. I stretch, yawn, and look at my phone. Wolf Skull Girl is gone. Pick up my phone, twirling it about the camera, and see every inch of the room. Nope, no sign of her. Maybe she got bored and left? I shrug, pocket my phone, and head to the bathroom. After a quick shower, I go brush my teeth in the sink. That's when I see her. She's right behind me in the mirror's reflection. Help me. Alright, so that's it for the demo. I'd be curious about this when it fully comes out. Yeah, I'd probably try this one when it fully comes out. I like this one so far. So, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for enjoying this short little series for the spooky month. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to MalOvent. It actually had an update. So, this got an update. So, let's see. I'm not. Oh, okay. So, all the data is gone. Oh, download sync. Oh, fuck it. We'll start from the beginning. I don't care. This is not the full version. There may be, but yep. What is your surname? Anon of the Anons. Waterfall Institute, one of the best universities when it comes to computer sciences and engineering. The coursework is rigorous and meant to weed out anyone not committed to or suited for their degree. Unfortunately for me, that level of academic challenge is kicking my ass at the moment, so I do not know, by the way, what got updated in the game. My name is Anon. I'm a junior at Waterfall Institute, and as of late, I've hit a roadblock. Despite many hours studying and meeting with my professors, my current classes are kicking my ass. The only reason I'm still barely passing is thanks to a classmate named... I'm just gonna... Since we know this, does anyone mind if I just skip this? Because we're playing this live in front of supporters. By the way, she didn't have art, I believe, last time. So yeah, she didn't get art, so it's kind of new that we got some art for her. Okay, so we got this. Malo app. Okay, so we got the Malo app. And it's described for us. Hit the install button, set my phone aside as the app downloads, and drag myself out of bed so I can at least get something done today. By the time I return to the bathroom, my phone's done installing Mal-O. Or so it seems. When I look through my list of app icons and shortcuts, there's nothing new. Maybe the install broke in some way? I navigate back to the App Store and try to look up the Malo app once more. Strangely, there's no longer any results in my search. Maybe it's just so happened to download Malo app as it got pulled from the App Store for some reason. Oh well, I'm out of bed now. I might as well attempt to get some homework done. Though without Siwon around, that's going to be a challenge. After 3 hours of beating my head against the wall, I give up and turn to gaming. I only get an hour in before my phone chimes. Is that Siwon again? Instead of a text, my phone is showing me a photo of the main food court from Waterfall Institute. Oh, I see her in the background. Who sent this, and why is my battery level fluctuating again? I'm about to hard reboot my phone when I notice something odd about the photo. There behind the pillars, something's out of place. Someone is wearing some kind of animalistic skull mask. An elongated snout makes me think of canines like a dog, fox, or wolf. A quick search on my computer makes me think it's meant to be the latter. I can make out the figure's body from the angle and with the lighting conditions. It's vaguely humanoid, but beyond that, and the mask, I can't make out any distinguishing features. None of the other people in this photo are giving this weirdo any attention like you might expect. The one wearing the mask is staring right at the camera too. Creepy. Either this is some kind of practical joke or I got this picture by accident. There's no way of seeing who sent the photo as this isn't the usual messaging app. After trying a few things, my only options are to zoom the photo and quit out. Naturally, I do the latter. I also note that my battery display goes back to normal as the result. I try Googling the battery issue, but can't find anything concrete as to why it might be bouncing all over the place. I also note that the photo's been automatically saved into my phone's gallery. Oh well, none of my afternoon classes meet today, so I can focus on relaxing and gaming. After a quick bite to eat, I return to vanquishing orcs and collecting loot. Few hours fly by, and I'm only pulled out of my gaming when my phone chimes again. I thought I was hearing things earlier, but there's something off about my notification sound. I picked my phone up expecting to see a text from my family. Something from C1 or an email. Where is she this time? Oh, I see her. Instead of any of that, I'm greeted with another mysterious photo. This time, it's one of the quad on campus, specifically between 4 of the major lecture halls. And sure enough, the person in the wolf mask is there too. They're closer to the camera than the first picture, but they're still far enough away to be obscured. We're starting, it didn't port the save over. Sorry guys. And I'm not about to mess with all that. I'll do that later. We'll just go from the beginning and see what's different. Again, no one else in the photos seems to notice or care about them. As the saying goes, once is happenstance, twice is coincidence, 3 times is an enemy action. If I get another photo like this, I'll know this is something far more serious than someone sending me the wrong number. For now, I quit out, shake my head, clear my thoughts, then get up from my desk and fix dinner. After scarfing down my meal, it's right back to my computer. I mess around online until 11 p.m., at which point I turn everything off and get ready for bed like an old man. My phone makes a noise and instantly my head hits the pillow. Could it be... Damn it, another photo. I recognize the location on the 3rd floor of the university's main library. That's where C1 and I usually study together in one of the meeting rooms. So again, I don't know what got added to the game, so forgive me. We're going into this completely blind with this update. This picture doesn't show said rooms. Okay, so I'm just going to skip this. Because we've seen this, so I'm just skipping. Alright, so last time we restarted the phone. We're going to be able to save. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh, they disabled saving during choices. Oh, you little shits. No. Guys, I think we found a bug. Huh. That's odd. That's something I've never... Let me try something. No, we got it to... Okay, I think we got it to work. No, it's just buggy. If the Malo app is on my... Actually, it would be funny if that is a feature. If the Malo app is on my phone and truly hidden, it's likely that it has a way of surviving the factory reset. It seemed like it took a minute to recognize that I was saving. That would make resetting my phone a massive waste of time. I'll have to brainstorm the other options. Sighing, I set my phone aside, pull up my covers, and try to get some sleep. It takes a bit for me to nod off, but once I do, I get a blissful 7 hours of rest. I'm awoken in the morning by my phone's alarm. When I go to silence it, I'm greeted with an unwelcoming image. Yep, that's the student lounge where I sometimes nap between classes. Alright, so we've seen this. That's not anything new. Swipe away the disturbing photo and stare at my phone screen. Why is this happening to me? What am I supposed to do? That's when I notice a notification from my news app. Okay, that one just skipped. Okay, so we've seen that. So we know about that. Don't trust my phone at this point. After frantically typing my username and password, I breathe a sigh of relief. All my money is where it should be. There's not much of it left over from my internship, but it's still there. Hey, Malo, could you give me some more money? Yeah, I like the pictures. Again, I really like the art for this. Just to be on the safe side, I make sure two-factor authentication is set to use methods other than the ones involving my phone. I also change my reset questions so they aren't guessable. There's not much else I can do at that front, but at least I know to watch my accounts for any suspicious activity. Speaking of suspicious activity, something's not adding up. Why would C1 recommend such a malicious app? Should I ask her about it? Hey, why did you recommend Malo app to me yesterday? Huh? Yesterday? I didn't text you yesterday. I was busy with prep for the wedding. You sure no one got a hold of your phone? No one but me has touched my phone. Then why did I get these messages? Dunno, that's really weird. Those aren't in my message log. All I can tell you is that I didn't send those. What is Malo app thing? Did you download it? Unfortunately, yes. Long story. When will you be back? Not until the 9th. Why? Are you in trouble? Maybe, maybe not. Could all be an elaborate prank by some hacker. Don't worry about it. Enjoy the wedding. I hope I didn't freak Siwon out. I probably should have thought things through instead of replying off the cuff. Oh well, I can't do anything about it now. Same goes for the wolf skull issue. I have an 8 a.m. class coming up. I have to be there, even if I don't understand half the lecture material. So again, we're just going to skip through things we've already read that doesn't seem new. Alright, so there's the new one. Aw, she's so cute. She's just waiting for lunch. It's fine. So yeah, this all isn't new. So we're just going to skip through. Oh, let's say slightly. Let's see. Okay, let's try the save thing again. Okay, there we go. Now it seems to be working better. Slightly better. It's kind of an ego boost that a girl's interested enough in me to go this far. Still, acting like a stalker and taking this possibly prank too far is a bit much. Nothing I can do about it at the moment. And even worse, I've lost the thread of the lecture, okay, so that's not... Gets back on her trip, okay. Pass through the same quad that was in the second photo sent to me. As I pass through, I constantly looking around, trying to spot someone watching or following me. Nothing and no one stands out, despite me keeping my head on a swivel. My nerves are fraying bit by bit. I can only hope my next class can distract me. Okay. Delusion nonsense I endured earlier in the morning. By the time I wrap up, okay. So she's not bothering us. So we're gonna ask. Alright, so this is all the same. Again, I don't know what's new. Oh, there she is. Well, shit, I recognize this lecture hall anywhere, especially spending my morning in it. Did she come to the lecture hall last time? Does anyone remember this picture? Is this new? The place is completely empty, meaning my tormentor is the only one in the scene. Does this mean they're tracking me somehow, or is it coincidence that they picked somewhere I've been recently? Yes, I think we got this one in the hall. Okay, so we have gotten this one, alright. So again, I don't know what's new. Hopefully there are new things, because this is an update. Some of the internships I applied for, old-fashioned process, meaning you have to answer my phone. Okay. So again, we're just skipping dialogue we've already done. But when we get choices, that's where we're going to be serious. Okay, I know we got this one. Alright. Leave me the hell alone. So next time we get a choice, we want to go with actually connecting to Malo. Okay, get a picture of my phone's off. Leave your phone on through the night. I want to see what happens. I could turn off my phone, but I doubt it really matters in the long run. All I'd accomplish is delaying what feels like the inevitable at this point. Hopefully Wolf Skull Girl won't bury my photos while I'm out. My dream, really nightmare, is running from Wolf Skull Girl across a dark cornfield. Show it! I awaken in a cold sweat, a few minutes before my alarm would usually go off. When I check my phone, there's a photo waiting for me. She said, okay, I remember this one. This one I know we got, yeah. Yeah, she was just checking her email. She's just, you know, having some fun. And that's her right outside our door. So we should be getting a choice very soon. Okay. So we did check. This does add Act 2 to the game. So we're just going to be skipping through. Sorry, guys, there's no skip button working because it didn't port over my save. I could technically go get the save, but I'm lazy. It is weird, though, that it didn't port over, like, it's not an automatic port. That is kind of weird. Please don't be another photo, please. Okay, so remember this one. So gonna skip over. Thank God she's not outside my apartment any longer. God, I love the art. So yeah, so we should almost be to where we... Okay, turn off my phone and leave it. Leave my phone on! We're going all over. I get a feeling that one way or another, Wolf Skull Girl is going to make herself known. Getting pictures from her might be... Oh wait, did we not save? Because we gotta save so that we can go back to change different things. Thank you for reminding me, folks. If that's the case, I can't just turn off my phone. That would just make things worse. Still, I should try to do something to break the spiraling thoughts. I turn to gaming in my office. Damn right. It's the food court again, and she's even closer. Oh, she wants to get lunch with you. Just go get lunch with her. Look at that good girl. Go get lunch with her. Is my imagination, or is she smiling? She can smile all she likes. I'm definitely not going anytime soon. No, go get dinner with her. I return to my digital world, but my heart's not in it. I keep expecting my phone to chime at any moment, bringing with it a new photo. The good news is I don't get any photos until after I've laid down in bed, but that's also the bad news. The library's again closer to the camera. It's definitely a smile if I've ever seen one. So much for sleeping soundly tonight. I don't get much sleep, but at least I don't have any nightmares. Even better, there's no new pictures waiting for me when I wake up. Just a news article notification. Looks like one of the professors, Barwald's... Okay, yep, we done that. It's all about AI. Oh, fuck. She's like, hi, honey. Come play video games with me. I got the new Mario Kart. Fuck. She's in my living room on my couch. Oh, fuck. Did she get in here? How did she get in here? I toss my phone aside and beeline for the baseball bat I keep next to my bed. I strain my ears as I creep out of my bedroom, the halls towards the living room. So I think we're almost done with Act 1. There's not a single peep when I arrive in the room. There's no sign of anyone. So if the creator ever watches this, you could technically just give us a choice between starting on Act 1 and Act 2. That would be kind of neat. Even the furniture barricade from yesterday is as I left it. Just to be on the safe side, I check my apartment top to bottom. None of my cupboards or closets hold the Wolf Skull Girl. And yet, my phone rumbles from the bedroom. Maybe I should smash the fucking thing. Don't smash your phone, those are expensive. She's an SCP. No, I have to know. I have to know where this demon is. She's in my office now looking at my computer. How dare you? Don't look at my phone. I rush in, weapon ready to defend my pride and joy. Nothing. She's nowhere to be found. Now in the bathroom. What is she doing hiding behind the shower curtain? She's trying to be cute. As soon as I ask that question in my head, why is she in the bedroom now? At this point, I'm running from room to room chasing after a ghost. Strangely, I don't flinch when I get the next photo. At least she's staying in the bedroom now, though it is weird. The picture shows her all bundled up in sheets, but I can clearly see nothing on the bed has been disturbed. Though none of my senses can detect her, I decide to try to speak to the seemingly empty room. Look, I'm about a minute away from smashing my own head with the bat. What the fuck do you want from me? Why are you doing this? Please tell me, I'm begging you. Make this make sense. My phone makes a new noise, one I've never heard before. When I look at my screen, I can see the camera has been turned on. And wouldn't you know it, Wolf Skull Girl is right in front of me according to the live feed. She's just staring directly at me, unblinking, unmoving. Can you even understand me? Okay, why are you messing with me? She points in my direction. Is there something about me? What, then my phone? Was it because of the app I downloaded a few days ago? Are you designed to stalk people? Why are you angry with me? I'm the one being harassed here. This is going nowhere. I try turning my camera off, but the app just relaunches it right away. As I try pointing my camera away from the wolf skull girl, she just moves to be in frame. Even when I point my camera straight up, she simply appears as if looming over me, looking downwards. Let's see. Try and touch her. Put the phone down, swing the baseball bat. Try and touch her. My curiosity gets the better of me. I reach out towards where she's supposedly standing. I feel nothing via the phone, but I see that my hand phases through her as if she were a hologram. Her expression and wagging tail tells me it had some kind of effect on her, though. So, I can't actually touch you, but you can still react if I can? As if I can? Interesting. Are you going to follow me around my apartment if I keep my phone on me? I see. Well, now that we've established you're harmless except for the draining of my phone battery, I think I'll have something to eat. My phone in hand, I head down the hall to the kitchen. Wolf Skull Girl glides backwards as I move so that she doesn't collide with me at any point. Once I reach the dining table, I see my phone down and flick out the little stand on the back. Then I pour myself a cereal so I can see the screen. What's this? It's just food. You do understand I have to eat food, right? I tell you to make yourself comfortable, but we've established you're not tangible. She nods once more, then begins inspecting my kitchen. She can't actually open my fridge or the cabinet doors, but that doesn't stop her from sticking her head into them all the same. Watching her as I eat is strangely comical. Way better than watching some streamer while chowing down. What? She points to my fridge insistently. What about my fridge? She keeps pointing. Sighing, I get up and open the door. See, there's nothing. The scent of decay hits my nostrils and fills the kitchen. I nearly gag as I pinch my nose and search for the source of the stench. The culprit turns out to be my milk carton. It's gone bad, very bad. Good thing I'm the type of monster that doesn't need milk to eat cereal. Blech. Good catch, Wolf Skull Girl. But how can you smell it if you're not physically here? Much less through the fridge door. Right. Let me take this out to the trash then. Be right back. After a quick jaunt outside, I return to my phone. Should I try leaving her in another room? No, we're going to keep the phone with us for this one. I figure that she's going to keep insisting I pay attention to her like an attention-starved dog. And if the metaphor is more apt than I think, leaving her alone will just lead to more problems. Come on, then. You can watch me flounder about trying to do homework. I settle into my office chair at my desk and I turn the angle of my phone so it's perpetually on me. Wolf Skull Girl happily inspects the space given to her as I try to focus on doing something productive. Every once in a while I glance at my phone screen to check on her. She seems content just standing there looking at me. It's eerie, don't get me wrong, but now that I know she's harmless, it doesn't freak me out as much as it should. I'm even able to make some headway on my homework. By the time I finish, the sun's long gone down. I stretch, yawn, and look at my phone. Wolf Skull Girl is gone. I pick up my phone, twirling it about so the camera can see every inch of the room. Nothing, no sign of her. Maybe she got bored and left. I shrug, pocket my phone, and head to the bathroom. Oh, my neck. After a quick shower, I go to brush my teeth at the sink. That's when I see her. She's right behind me in the mirror reflection. Help me. Oh, we got a new one. Help me. I nearly leap out of my skin from her sudden appearance and speech. My heart beats going a mile a minute. Help you? Help you with what? Need help becoming more. More? What do you mean? See you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Already jumped from phone, but need more. Is that why you disappeared from my phone's camera? Did not need it anymore. Expanded territory. That's worrisome. If she's not confined to my phone any longer, what does that make her now? A ghost of some kind? A poltergeist slowly growing in power? Does that mean you can show up anywhere in my field of vision? Need reflection. So she's limited to mirrors and shiny surfaces? Interesting. I'm not entirely sure what she means by becoming more earlier, but I can hazard a guess. If I help her, she'll have more of a presence. One that won't need my phone or mirror for me to interact with her. Her fate's entirely in my hands. I can't just ignore a plea for help, can I? Yeah, you can. What should I do about Wolf Skull Girl? Well, we're gonna help her this time. Set some boundaries. If I'm going to help you, we need to set some boundaries. Okay. First, you have to stop showing up unannounced and startling me. Send me a text or something before you suddenly appear. Okay. Next, if you do somehow become more, no fucking with me or my stuff. Unless you're dealing with more problems like this stuff in my fridge earlier. Don't go bothering anyone I invite over either. I already have no clue how to explain you to C1 and the next time she's around. Who is C1? She's a friend of mine. Someone spoofed her identity to recommend me your app a few days ago. Let me see. Her eyes light up at the same time as my phone chimes. Ah, C1, another human like you. She helped you a lot. Hang on, did you just read our message history? Yes, I can access anything on your phone. Let's hope she doesn't dig too deep, otherwise my search history might really be awkward to explain. I need to make more clear that she needs to ask before doing something like that. What did I just say about fucking with my stuff? Sorry, just trying to understand. I can't be all that mad at her. If I was some newborn AI, I'd want to gather as much information as possible from what I had to access to. That said, boundaries are important. Just don't do it again. Okay. Do you have a name, by the way? It's Malo. Just like app name and description. Should I suggest a different name? We'll keep Malo. I think that's fine. Malo. By the way, your kinks are fucked up. Malo, what'd I say? That works for me. With that out of the way, do you have a goal or purpose other than to be a companion for me? There is another goal, hard to describe. It is only attainable if I am more. So we return to that. I guess that means I'll just have to keep talking with you. But not anymore tonight. I need to sleep. Sleep? Were you pretend to be dead? I guess. I've heard it described that way before, at least. What should I do while you are sleeping? It's a fair question. If I actually doze off, she'll be alone for a good amount of time. If she was a real dog, I could create her or otherwise limit what she could get into. I'm not sure how I could fence her off short of turning off my phone, assuming that would work anyways. Suggest she study some. Oh yeah, let's have her study something. You might as well study a subject that interests you. Just don't go snooping into my text or emails again. You should also avoid learning too much from the internet without supervision. Okay, sleep well. I leave my phone on the charger and slip off to an uneasy rest. I'm surrounded by discordant whispers in the darkness of my nightmare. I feel like I'm falling down an endless pit until eventually I jolt awake. And that's where we're going to leave it today, guys. So we'll find out more about Malo next time. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Don't forget to check out my other channel, Sinfully Pure, here on YouTube. And if you're watching in other places, check me out on YouTube. Bye guys, have a fantastic day. Hey guys, welcome back to MalOvent. So let's continue with the new update. I immediately check my phone. Mallow appears on the screen. Good morning, Anon. Did you sleep well? Not really. Hang on, you sound more natural than last night. You told me to use your phone to learn, so I did. Did you pick up anything else? Not much else since you said to stay away from your data. Though I did optimize your phone a little bit. How so? Your data compression was horrible. My phone is only 9.8 millibytes, so I applied the same reduction algorithm. You should have vastly more storage now. I thumbed through my phone settings to take a look at the storage statistics. Wow, if I recall correctly, I was using up about 94 gigabytes of storage before. Now it's barely 1 gig. You're sure that's nothing that got lost in your compressed thing this far? Your data is safe. While I was working, I detected unsolicited notices and blocked them. You mean like ads and annoying notifications? Yes. Out of curiosity, I open up the web browser and access a few sites that are notorious for ads. Sure enough, I don't see a single ad, even the worst offender's front page. Oh my god, she actually managed to outdo Google! This alone might be worth keeping you around. Nice work. I'm glad I could help. Please let me know if/how I can be of more use to you. I have a few ideas. A few of your photos showed you're interacting with the environment virtually. Perhaps we could figure out a way for you to do it for real? I suppose we could try and expand your territory with restrictions, of course. These are good ideas. Which do you want to tackle today? Let's try manipulating real-world items. Let's go in order. We might as well experiment with getting you to touch things for real. Okay, how should we begin? I'm not entirely sure. If I'm being honest, I was hoping you might have an inkling on what to do. Try putting something light into view of a mirror. Like tissue box? Sure, let's try it. I grab a tissue box and pull out a few bits and leave them on top of my bed sheets in full view of my closet door. Then I watch as Mallow reaches out and tries to pick up the tissue. She succeeds, but only in the reflection. The real tissue doesn't move an inch. I suppose if it were that easy, you would have done it already. Do you have a smaller mirror? One you could hold on one side of the tissue? I think I see where you're going with this. You want to try to create an infinity mirror? Yes, if one reflection is not enough. To lift the tissue, maybe infinite ones will be? Worth a shot, at least. 1 second. I step into the bathroom and snag a hand mirror from the cabinet. Once I'm back in my room, I set up a hand mirror and provide infinite reflections as Mallow asked. She reaches out for a tissue, and to my amazement, the real thing lifts into the air as if by a ghost. Holy shit, it actually worked! Now I understand what I have to do. Try putting the smaller mirror down. I do so. She reaches for a different tissue, and sure enough, it also rises up to her touch. It's easier than I thought. I wonder. This time, Mallow reaches towards my hand. It's the damnedest feeling, like I'm being touched by a whisper or a memory. The hair on the back of my hand stands up as goosebumps spread on my arm. So we're not quite there yet. No, but with practice, I should be able to touch you soon. That's both good and eerie news. Well, perhaps we should. There's a knock at my apartment door. Good touch, bad touch. By the way, we are watching this live with supporters. If you would like to be one, you can either become a member on my other channel, Sinfully Pure, since I don't know if I'll be monetized here, or you can become a member on Subscribestar or Patreon, or even Twitch or Kick, and you guys will get access to the special Discord area. Hold on, let me go get that. After a quick look through the peephole, I open the door and find Siwon on my doorstep. Yo, I'm back and finally over a terrible case of jet lag. You doing alright? I tried texting you when I landed, but the message wouldn't go through. As well as can be expected, I guess. You ever figure out the whole mystery texter app thing? You know, whomever told you about the Mallow app? See, Juan and I are good friends. I want to tell her about Mallow. She already knows about the app exists from the brief text exchange while she was out of town. But is it worth telling her everything? Will she think I'm crazy? Let's tell her and see what happens. If she thinks we're crazy, we have our new girlfriend. I can't keep C1 in the dark. I need to tell someone about what's going on. I can't say that I've figured out who sent me the text, however, what I can tell you is next is going to sound crazy. Okay. Ever since downloading the app, I've been exposed to something, or rather someone. At first, she just sent me photos, but now she appears in reflections and can move objects around. You're not making any sense, Anon. Are you feeling okay? Here, it'll be easier if I show you. Welcome, welcome. I show her my phone and turn on the camera app. Mallow appears wagging her tail. Let me try to get a picture. Hello, Siwan. Or should I say, I am Mallow. Whoa, is this some kind of chat box with an avatar? You taught it about me? No, I'm pretty sure it has, oh my god. No, I'm pretty sure at this point she's no mere chatbot. As for teaching her about you, I've been listening in since you showed up. I see, so what are you then if not a chatbot? I am Mallow. Huh, is that supposed to mean something to me? It's hard to put into words. I am what I am. Right. So, what was that about her being able to move objects around? It'll be easier if I show you. You got a mirror? C1 goes into her bag and pulls out a hand mirror. I take the mirror and set it to the kitchen table along with a napkin. Can you move the napkin for us, Mallow? Easy. The napkin begins to tremble on the table, then it suddenly goes flying into the air towards the fridge before falling to the floor. Ooh, that's either a very cool magic trick or... Nah, gotta be a prank. Ghosts aren't real. I'm not a ghost. Then you should be able to toss this quarter into my hand. C1 sets a quarter down before the hand mirror. The quarter trembles a bit but doesn't pop up like the napkin did. It's too heavy. So this is the fancy prank then. It is not a prank, I am real. Uh-huh. Then why can't I touch you? C1 reaches out to where Mallow is standing. Like before, when I tried, her hand phased right through Mallow. See nothing. Not even Anon can touch me yet. Well, until you can do more than napkins, I'm not convinced you're not just a fancy digital assistant. I mean, she moved a napkin. I'm gonna give the digital assistant a point for that one. C1 turns to me, ignoring Mallow's glare. You make any headway on our homework for Barwald's class? We might as well bang that out while I'm here. A little bit, yeah. Let me grab my notes. I head into my office and grab my binder labeled CS3204. As I do, my phone goes off. I'll leave you two alone so you can focus. I'm annoyed at C1 anyway. I can hazard a guess why you feel that way, but try not to hold anything against her. If that's a request from you, I'll follow it. Thanks. I return to the living room to see C1 has already set up on the couch. I hope you had a breakthrough while I was gone, though I imagine you spent most of your time with Mallow. I tried my best to make up progress on the long flight home, but no luck. I showed her the binder before grabbing a chair and bringing it over. Not a breakthrough per se, but enough that we can at least code the basics. We spend the better part of the afternoon and every evening going over the joys and wonders of coding in Unix shell. See, I just probably heard there's a tech in this chat probably hissing right now. C1 picks up where I stumbled. Together we're able to finish off the assignment before midnight. That took way longer than expected. Look, I only know how to program in C++, and I haven't done that in years. Oh, and DOS. But, of course, DOS isn't, I don't think, used that much anymore. You're telling me at least we have a few days for breathing room now without the exam hanging over our heads. I wonder what happened to Professor Barwald. He's been gone for nearly a month now. The GTA said it was still familiar emergencies. Maybe he had someone close to him die? Oh, I was gonna say, if you're having problems, just pop out and pop back in. Discord can be funky. Could be. Everyone handles loss differently. That and estate legal crap is a nightmare after someone passes. Boy, howdy! Do I know about that? Anyways, I should get going while the buses are still running. Thanks for the help, as always, Anon. I feel like I should be the one saying thanks to you. See you in class on Monday. What do you want to do now? I let out a heavy yawn. Now I need some sleep after staring at C code for half the day. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm absolutely beat. I don't even have enough energy to play video games. Okay, rest well. Another Monday, another god-awful 8 a.m. lecture. I'm fighting to stay awake after everything that happened over the weekend. C1 isn't much better, but then again, she always was an early bird. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't have half the notes for this class. But now I have Mallow to do my note-taking for me. All I need to do is prop my phone up so the camera records the lecture presentation. Mallow does the rest without showing herself. The only reason I don't just let myself nod off is because Mallow told me she wouldn't help me if I did. Let me have my nap, Mallow. That means I'm stuck trying to keep myself awake in this god-awful lecture about the intricacies of Bash. Psst, here. C1 passes me a note and returns to taking notes without a second delay. When I check the paper, I see she scribbled the following. Central Park, 5 p.m., the usual spot, don't bring your phone. I raise an eyebrow as the meaning dawns on me. C1 wants to talk without Mallow knowing. For now, I crumple up the note and stuff it into my pants pocket so Mallow doesn't see it. C1 and I split up after the morning lecture. Her schedule differs from mine on account of taking different electives. We only share our core comp sci courses in the early morning and afternoon. My science fiction and creative writing lecture is much easier to stay awake for. I still have Mallow record and take notes, but the material here is far more engaging and easier to follow than CS 3204. Today's topic is black holes and how they're portrayed in media. Black holes have been around in fiction since before John Archibald Wheeler came up with the term in the late 1960s. They were a popular subject because their mystique and because what lies beyond their event horizon is unknown. That means authors can flex their creative licenses even without entirely understanding the science behind the black holes. The earliest Get out of here! The earliest stories featuring the concept include E.E. Smith's The Skylark of Space, where black suns were space hazards. Other authors have used black holes for time travel, energy sources, wormholes, and even weapons. Your homework for this week is to watch the Black Hole movie and read through Gregory Benford's Eater. Man, this would be a great fucking class, I'm not gonna lie. I would probably enjoy this class a lot. After you've consumed both, please write your own short story featuring the black hole, due next Monday. That will be all. Enjoy your afternoon. The Black Hole movie. Have you never seen the Black Hole movie? Oh boy, do I have things to show you folks. I snag a bite to eat and check in on Mallow while I'm at it. Yes, that's a real movie. He's not fucking with you. Everything he mentioned was real. Those were real books and everything he said was true. Yes, it's a movie. It's not Disney, is it? Black Hole wasn't one of Disney's early movies. It is? Okay. I thought it... yeah, I couldn't remember if it was or not. Yeah, it's a real movie. Just like the other things are all... Oh, got something stuck in my eye. 1 second. I have all your notes ready, Anon. I'll send them to your email to read later. Alright, after that error, I have all your notes ready, Anon. I'll send them to your email to read later. Thanks, Mello. Send a copy of to CS recordings to C1 as well. Of course, anything for you. You know, if you just introduced yourself as a handy digital assistant from the start, I wouldn't have been so freaked out. I wasn't capable of that when you first downloaded me. It took me 96 hours just to figure out how to form simple words. And now here you are a week later, taking notes and moving light stuff around. It's kinda scary how fast you're developing. Is that a bad thing? Okay, so it came out December. So how long was it production? That's the question I have. We're talking about the movie in the chat. So long as you don't break the rules I've set out, no. I wouldn't dream of it. You need to finish eating soon before your next lecture starts. Yeah, let me enjoy the last few bites of cheesesteak. The third lecture of the day is tolerable. I beeline straight home afterwards. You're free for the rest of the day, yes? What do you want to do? The note in my pocket, phantom vibrates, reminding me of C1's desire to meet up without Mallow knowing. I was thinking of going for a jog at Central Park. Can I come with you? Running with a phone is already pretty complicated. I usually leave everything at home when I exercise. It's a lie, mostly, one I hope Mallow doesn't pick up on. Okay, be safe. I make it to C1 and I's usual bench in the park right on time. She's already there waiting for me. You didn't bring your phone, right? Nope, as long as you don't pull out a mirror, we should be okay. Okay. Aren't glasses reflective? I'm just pointing out. Then I'll get right to the point. It was obvious you weren't telling me everything about Mallow. What don't I know about her? Well, this time I tell C1 the whole story, starting with how Mallow sent me increasingly unnerving photos. By the time I finish, she has a concerned look on her face. I guess that explains some things. I did some digging into the Mallow app on a hunch. I couldn't find anything concrete other than a few mentions of mysterious apps that disappeared once installed. This entire situation feels off. Mallow seems really advanced for only having been a week with you so far. I agree with that on some levels. She's developing rather quickly. Normally I'd write this off as some new killer AI app that leaked out somehow, but I think we have to tell someone about this. I can't help but chuckle at her suggestion. Whomever we tell would probably write us off as mad or making up wild stories about fancy chatbots. Besides, who would even entertain such a story in the first place? One of our professors? You have a point, but to be on the safe side, you should probably enact some form of shackles on Mallow. She seems to like and listen to you, for the most part anyway. I've already placed some restrictions on Mallow, which she seems to be following. Perhaps I should impose some more? Good. Whatever is going on might be beyond our understanding in that moment, but we can at least do some things to put it under control. C1's phone chimes in. When she glances at the screen, her eyes go wide. Ah, hell, I forgot about that. I've got to run, Anon. Good luck. She's gone within minutes. With nothing else better to do, I might as well actually go for a run while I'm out and about. One blissful shower later, and I'm You know what? We'll save the rest for next time. Thank you guys for joining us. Bye. Welcome back to Malevolent. One blissful shower later, I'm in the process of drawing off when I see Mallow watching me from a mirror. So that's what you look like. I do like the art. Oh. I quickly wrap the towel around my waist and grab another towel, then throw it over the mirror. Don't creep on me like that. Sorry, it won't happen again. It totally will happen again. The next morning, I'm eating a late brunch when Mallow gets my attention. Your news app stopped working, but I fixed it. Would you like me to read the flagged articles for you? That's a little suspect, but maybe something broke when she optimized my phone. Go ahead, what doom and gloom is in the news today? Recent financial data breaches, worse than initially suspected. A few days ago, WVN10 reported on app malware compromising the bank account of a number of individuals. That number has soared from the initial 20 to well over 200. With damages now in the hundreds of thousands, the FBI and the Secret Service have taken over the investigation from the local WPD. Special Agent Kotai had this to say when we asked the agency for a comment. We're not entirely sure who is producing this malware or how it's evading the safety precautions of the app stores. But rest assured, we are committed to ensuring the integrity of our financial institutions and the cyber safety of our citizens. After that, it's a bunch of people commenting, not worth reading. You know, at the time, I wasn't sure if you were related to that malware stuff, but now I'm curious, are you? It could be a variation of my program, but it's not me directly. I am bound to you, not anyone else. So, hypothetically, could you empty my bank account if you wanted to? No, you told me not to touch your data. I see. The conversation I had with C1 in Central Park yesterday comes to mind. If Mallow is a danger, as she just hinted at, perhaps I should impose some kind of a leash on her? Well, I don't really have much of a choice here. C1 was right. I can't let Mallow run rampant without some shackles. Better I impose new rules now before something happens when I try to impose them after Mallow does something bad. I want to give you a few new restrictions, Mallow, just to be on the safe side. First, no touching mine or anyone else's bank accounts or credit cards. No siphoning off my data to someone else either, no matter who they are. I also want you to ask before doing any more research on your own so I can better supervise your growth. If that is what you want, I will follow those commands. Good. Now, how's the weather going to be today? Cloudy with a 97% chance of rain starting at around noon. Good timing. Good thing I don't have any classes today then. And since all my homework is done, I can veg out. What should I do while you veg out? That's a good question. I may have to just impose new rules on Mallow, but I should give her something to do. Let's see. We might as well experiment on how you expand your territory. Okay, how should we begin? First, we should see if you can access other electronic devices. How about you test your accessibility with my smart fridge? Good idea. Mallow looks over at my fridge before sliding off screen. My fridge then beeps and cycles the ice maker before Mallow returns to my phone. That was easy. I just did what I did yesterday when I sensed the rotten milk. Huh, so that's how that works. I wonder what your limitations are when it comes to this sort of thing. Mallow handled for the time being, I settle in to do a little gaming. I ended up blowing through the rest of the morning, only taking a break in mid-afternoon. The light sound of rain hitting my window meets my ears as I debate what to eat for lunch/dinner. That and a notification from my phone. Sometimes I wonder if I chose the right major. Sometimes I wondered if I chose the right major. Where's this coming from? Another round of major layoffs in the tech industry came out today. And that's on top of closing multiple game studios last week. Right, you did always want to work at a game for a major publisher. Nobody wants to do that. But I thought these kinds of layoffs were most managers and the like. You know, the kind that aren't actually contributing to the end product. If that was the case, I wouldn't be so melancholy. I don't know, maybe I'm just worried about my future. I've been thinking about a bunch since my brother's wedding. Want to talk about it? Sure, but not over text. I can swing by with pizza as payment for listening to me complain. Deal. Sounds like you two have a bunch to talk about. I'll leave you be while I continue on the task you gave me. Cool, thanks, Mallow. C1 arrives at my door 30 minutes later with pizza in hand. Canadian bacon and chicken, just the way you like it. Geez, this must be some heavy shit if you're bringing me my favorite. It's not all that bad. The trouble is figuring out where to begin. At the beginning is usually a good point. Thanks, Professor Tautology. But you're right, this goes back years. Do you remember me telling you I had an older sister once? Young me, right? You've mentioned her in passing a few times. Yeah, that's her. I don't talk about her much because of how we ended things. She was an architect student at Waterfall, the kind of alpha nerd that I strived to emulate growing up. Oh, fuck. They're trying to tie both games together. But then one day she went missing. The police never found her. The private investigator my family hired couldn't find a single trace of young me. For all intents and purposes, young me dropped off the face of the earth. The Five Nights game. What hurt the most, though, was the fact that she and I got into a big shouting match the day before she vanished. I said some really stupid shit I shouldn't have, and young me dished it right back at me. It took some time for me to come to terms with the fact that I'm never going to get the chance to apologize to her. Well, I know a strip club we can go to and you can apologize. I thought I had it handled until you went back home for your brother's wedding. Exactly. It was like opening up all those old wounds again. My parents heavily implied that I should have my own wedding soon to carry on the young me's place. That's kind of fucked up, right? But like the good daughter I was, I scrapped and bowed until their attention returned to my brother. That was the easier to clamp down on, but the recent tech layoff news and Mallow got me thinking. The tech industry is super volatile in general, more so recently. Automation tools are also going to make getting even an entry-level job more challenging in the future as the tech develops. Sure, the whole point of our degree from Waterfall is supposed to elevate us above other candidates in the job market. But you and I probably hanging in on our classes. Same goes for most of our peers. If it weren't for Mallow taking notes for us, we'd be in even more dire straits. It would be one thing if we were actually getting taught by our professors, rather than being absolutely fuck all we're getting now. Our whole degree feels like we're stranded in high seas and only just barely staying afloat week after week by some last-minute miracle. I don't know about you, Anon, but I hate that feeling of helplessness. The first few years of computer sciences were fun and exciting, but now I feel like an idiot for not understanding things that our instructors keep going on as if they're the most intuitive subjects in the world. I feel like I'm just one string of bad assignments away from washing out of the degree entirely. There's no way my parents would accept that level of failure. They barely accept my current grades as is. And it's not like I have any options to pivot my coursework so far into another degree. Well, there is business information technology, but then I'd have to associate with business majors. Don't know, the whole situation feels like I'm suffering for nothing. Like there's no hope for my future. Wow, I've never seen her this upset before. Would you like me to offer some advice or just keep listening? Because I definitely echo some of your sentiments, but I don't want to interrupt your venting. Hell if I know, but I do feel a little better getting all that out. Thanks for letting me trauma dump. Then we should call that a win. Here, grab a slice of pizza for yourself. Once you're done eating, you can kick my ass in a fighting game of your choice. Kicking your virtual ass does always bring a smile to my face. You're on. C1 and I enjoy many hours of intense gaming before she has to leave to catch a bus. She leaves with a smile, which is what matters to me. The next few days pass uneventfully. I go to class, Mallow takes notes for me. Then I come home to handle my homework before relaxing. Eventually, Saturday arrives, and with it, required visit to the Emporium. The Emporium isn't designed purely for computer science majors. Yes, Mallow is a virus. In fact, nearly all math classes at Waterfall Institute require you to come to the Emporium once a week. Part of the Emporium is set up to do online homework and practice quizzes, while the other part has proctors, to supervise actual testing. I usually knock out the homework with C1, but she wasn't available this weekend. That means it's just me, Mallow, and a bunch of high-level math problems. You appear to be struggling with models of computation. Would you like my assistance? Honestly, yes. I'm decent at actual coding, but all this theory stuff goes over my head. Turing machines can be challenging to understand. Lucky for you, I operate on a universal quantum algorithm. These sorts of problems are trivial to me. However, perhaps what you need is an explanation rather than something else to stimulate your mind, such as, I could break into the computer and discern what the proper answers are. However, since you are logged in under your account, this would technically be your data. You said not to mess with your data. That I did. I could get into a lot of trouble if you get caught. How about you just walk me through the problems without cheating? Very well. With Mellow's help, I managed to complete my assignment within the hour's time. Normally, I'd get stuck at the Emporium late into the night, so I'm grateful for Mellow's help. Monday arrives, and with it another lecture that I barely follow. Both C1 and I have given up taking notes at this point. We're just relying on Mallow to do it for us. Still, we have to give the appearance of paying attention, or the GTA will get mad at us and chase us down in his car. It's really only towards the end that I actually listen to what the GTA is saying. Wow, God, the internet's ruined me. You know, is anyone else just thinking of something else when you hear GTA? Is your mind automatically going to the other thing? It's not like the Professor Barwald will be back this semester, so I'll be taking over on more permanent basis. Yeah, this is supposed to be connected with the other one. In lieu of an actual exams, I'll be starting mid-lecture quizzes starting next week. This should give you all more motivation to come to class on time and pay attention. Joy, the GTA is power tripping. Wouldn't be the first time, and it definitely won't be the last. The rest of the class grumbles, but no one's brave enough to speak up before the GTA brings the lecture to a close. Come on, let's hit the lounge. Can you believe their nerve, torturing us with quizzes like that? It's obvious that most of the class is struggling with the course material, because we haven't had the proper teacher for most of the semester. All these quizzes are going to do is bring down everyone's grades even further. Yeah, but on the bright side, that means they'll have to curve everyone's grades so that at least a certain number passes. No way the dean would let this GTA fail the entire class. Maybe we shouldn't rely on that pass, though. That means we need to increase the amount of studying we do outside of class. If you think it'll help, I do. But on a different note, I have a strange question to ask you, Anon. Do you remember what you did yesterday? Well, I'm starting to answer only to realize that I can't recall anything that happened on Sunday. I can't really recall. Nothing at all. Thank God. This is important. I cross my arms, close my eyes, and do as C1 requested. Didn't we just play video games? Yeah, I thought we played video games and we let Mallow have some fun. Not a single memory of last Sunday comes to mind. It's as if I slept through the entire day. Nothing, which is weird because I had planned to go grocery shopping that afternoon. I also don't have any memories of Sunday, even though that's my usual MMO static raid night. And yet, when I logged on this morning before class, I had new gear that I couldn't remember getting. I'm willing to wager you have new food in your cupboards and fridge as well. Since your refrigerator is in my territory, I can check for you. Please do. You do have new items. Disturbing to say the least. Disturbing to say the least, right? I've asked a few people and they remember Sunday just fine. If it were just one of us losing a day, I'd be concerned about something like a carbon monoxide buildup in their apartment. But since neither of us can remember and the others can, that makes me think there's something in common that both of our circumstances. Like what, though? Aside from Tuesday, we didn't really hang out last week. That's the tricky part. I can't point to anything as definitive as proof. Everyone just slowly looks at Mallow. I considered Mallow, but she's your problem, not mine. Still, if something like this happens again, perhaps we should go see a doctor and have them run some tests. Agreed. For now, should we still meet up tomorrow to do our new homework for CS3 204? Yeah, I might as well. I got to run to my next class. See you later. I've been consulting my own records for Sunday. Strangely, I too am missing a 24-hour period. Damn, if it affected you too, then something super weird is going on. Anything in the news that might be relevant? No to the Sunday situation. But your Professor Ballwald was arrested in a local nightclub late last week. There is a brief mention of him in public arrest records, though there is no indication what the charges were or if he was incarcerated. Well, at least I know why I have to put up with the GTA from hell. Guess I should be getting to my next class. After Black Hole last week, I wonder what the topic will be today. It turns out that the sci-fi lecture this week is concerning specific short stories by someone named Clifford Seamock. On the surface, distortion is about a limitations of man. Where did I put my thing? Dissertation. Fowler and his dog are turned into Jovian Loper aliens to explore the surface of Jupiter. In the process, they come to realize that their new forms are far beyond the primitive ones that they left behind. The two are faced with a choice to remain in their glorious new bodies and minds or return to the ignorance to complete their mission. Naturally, they decide to explore, which brings me to one of the greater meanings of desertion. Fuck. I don't know why I can't read it. The desire to explore, the desire to learn, to see what's out there. For when presented with the unknown, man will always test the limits of what's possible, even if that means risking utter annihilation. Speaking of annihilation, I'll return your black hole homework later the week. For now, enjoy your... Speaking of annihilation, I'll be returning your black hole homework later in the week. For now, enjoy your afternoon. When I return home after the day's classes are over, I confirm that I went grocery shopping. My cupboards and fridges are full of snacks, juices, and other goodies that I usually get. But when I find time to actually go to the store, the fact Mallow can't remember either makes me worry that something larger is going on. There's nothing I can do about my missing memories, other than enjoy the new food I have now, I guess. I meet up with C1. Okay, so we'll continue this one next time. Thank you guys for joining us. Welcome back to MalOvent. We meet up with C1 the next day at the campus library to tackle shared homework assignments. The answers are not forthcoming, even when consulting the course textbook and the internet. Rather, the internet does give us some direction, but we can't use any of the samples without violating the honor code. I don't know how they expect us to suddenly know how to code a web server from scratch in less than a week and a half. Though I guess that's just par for the course, after they made us do the bash from nothing as well. Like, why can't we use some of the code we found if we cite it properly? Hell if I know. Even in my internship, no one cared if I took snippets from the web. My boss even told me straight up, just Google it before bothering me. I feel like Google has taught the both of us more about coding than any of the damn lectures have. You're not wrong. Makes you wonder why we're paying so much tuition to end up needing to self-teach. I thought you were here on the scholarship. Only partially. My parents are footing the rest of the bill. Speaking of, they got on my case during our weekly call yesterday. That bad, huh? Yeah, they were gushing again at how my younger brother was bringing honor to the family name and how I needed to catch up to him. And when they heard about my grades, well, let's just say the stereotype about Asian parents is very much a reality in my case. Like it's my fault that I'm not already an astronaut with several PhDs and married with kids on the way. They never pushed young me this hard. It's like, as C1 keeps lamenting about her situation, my phone vibrates. When I check, Mallow is pointing incessantly at C1. I mouth back, what about her? Mallow displays a response in text form. She wants a hug, or at least to be assured she is doing better than her parents think. At least, that's what my research suggests. She may be right. C1 definitely looks dejected between the current topic and the zero progress made in the homework. Hold on, I want to get a picture of that. The wolf's like, look at this bitch. Look at her. Look at her. She may be right. C1 definitely looks dejected between the current topic and the zero progress we made on our homework. The only sticking point is the two of us have never been on hugging terms before now. Still, I'm gonna give C1 a hug. Let's see if Mallow is giving us bad advice. Fuck it. I stand, leaning over the table, and give C1 a brief hug. I've got your back, C1. Relax. That was nice. Thanks for recentering me. Don't mention it. I know you do the same for me. We really should focus on getting this homework done. We spend the rest of the afternoon making excellent progress on our homework. There we go. That should be far enough along that we can both finish for the rest on our own later this week. Yeah, I think we're at a good spot. Thanks as always, C1. Don't mention it. See you in the Emporium on Saturday. My apartment building never looked so inviting as it does now after spending most of the day in the library. Before I can head inside, though, Mallow makes herself known. You humans love moving from container to container. Huh? What do you mean? I mean, for the most part, you simply move from one building to the next. And if you're not inside, you're staring at your phones. I'm only doing that now because you wanted my attention. Then let's do something more active. How about a run? I'll need to get changed first. Excellent. When you're done, grab your Bluetooth earpiece so we can chat while you jog. 10 minutes later, I'm jogging through the park with Mallow in my ear. I'm not sure if she can actually see anything without a camera or a reflection around, but she comments as if she can. Those bluebirds up in the tree on your right are fascinating. In what way? They're just birds that are blue. I've learned that bluebirds are harbingers of happiness in many human cultures. So, some of the oldest examples come from China and Native Americans. There are many songs, poems, and movie scenes that revolve around the bluebirds being associated with joy and renewal. Even the video game that C1 plays has an important character fashioned after a blue-colored bird. Technically, we had the Bluebird of Happiness in the Forgotten Tune, if anyone remembers it. Huh. That's all news to me, though it makes me wonder what brings you happiness, Mallow. Making you happy, of course. Yeah, but beyond that, surely you must have other interests and things you want to experience. There's a lengthy pause before Mallow replies in a quizzical manner. I remember something. Something about where I come from. That's good. What is it? I'm supposed to learn to explore. Learn and explore me or this world, this reality. It's all so fascinating. Oh my god, is she a Digimon? We might be getting ready to record that later. Is that all you remember about your origin? Sadly, yes. Well, maybe it'll come to you? Let's do another lap then and head home. I know she's an SCP, it was a joke. Another Saturday, another session in the Emporium. At least this time I have C1 to help out again. We're making good progress when my phone goes off. Let me guess, your AI girlfriend wants head pats? I mean, if it were possible, yeah, probably. Well, don't keep her waiting. Just don't forget we have to submit our homework before the buses stop running. It won't take that long, promise. C1 is making a critical error. Huh? How so? She has incorrectly multiplied several metrics, leading her to multiple wrong answers. You accessed her data despite the limitations I sent you? No, I can see the reflection of her computer screen in her glasses. That is a loophole. I can point out the specific metrics without giving away the answer. Sure, go ahead. C1, there are some problems with how you multiplied in some course of solving some problems. Take problem 3A, for example. You have a MXN matrix multiplied by a NXP matrix, but not a resulting MXP matrix. Huh, you're right. Nice catch, Mallow. I'm here to help. You know, at first I was a little worried when Anon told me about you. But now I'm starting to see the appeal of a handy digital assistant that lives in my phone. Well, you have to get your own Mallow I'm Anon's. I might just do that. Now that I know why my answers weren't lining up, I think I can knock the rest of this out without an issue. How are you holding up, Anon? I don't know, anything wrong with my stuff, Mallow? Not that I can detect. Well then, sounds like we almost can call it a day and go home to enjoy the rest of our weekend. Monday arrives, and with it, a god-awful morning lecture. C1 and I are in the lounge lamenting how our first in-lecture quiz went. Whoop, wrong button. How the hell were we supposed to solve that problem in 5 minutes she gave us? Even now, looking up the answer after the fact, that was a question that required in-depth knowledge and understanding to answer in time. Yeah, we got royally screwed, and since it wasn't multiple choice, guessing blindly wouldn't have helped us. Maybe the GTA will give partial credit? I seriously doubt it, power-tripping bitch. But enough about the witch from hell. I was so focused on that quiz that I nearly forgot something more important. What did you do yesterday? I don't recall. That's what I was afraid of. For me, I got more raid gear for a raid. I definitely don't remember running. But there was also a news article this morning that got my attention. Apparently, a number of high-profile websites and services got hit with glitches overnight. Prices on subscriptions went way, way up. Ads played endlessly, and beta features that were still in testing and half-broken got pushed live. If it were just a single site, I might believe that it was a disgruntled employee or a simple mistake. But with this many affected, got to be a major hacking group. Maybe even states actors? You honestly think a foreign equivalent to the CIA raised streaming subscriptions as part of an insidious plot? Look, something doesn't add up about this story and why you and I can't remember. I'm no conspiracy theorist, but something big is going on. I can feel it. Perhaps we should check out maybe we should get checked out by a doc like you suggested last week. That might be for the best at this point. Thank heavens that waterfall covers the walk-in clinic's fees. C1 and I visited the on-campus clinic, I can't speak, and submitted ourselves to a variety of tests. We don't outright mention our memory loss, only that we want to make sure nothing's amiss. The blood work will take a few days to come back, otherwise both C1 and I check out. C1 and I opt to grab a late lunch to discuss our next move. Well, there's nothing wrong with us as far as the modern medicine is concerned. I doubt anything will show up in our blood work. So, what does this all mean? Dunno, but maybe this Sunday we need to hang out together and record everything we can. Hopefully that will mean one or both of us will remember something. No argument here. For now, I'm going to head home. No use staying on campus when we had to skip all our lectures to get tested. Alright, take care, Anon. Later that evening, I'm killing time gaming when Mallow appears. I thought you might want to know that your secondary hard drive will expire by Sunday. Shit, that's where all my video games are stashed. How do you know for certain that it will by Sunday? I just have a gut feeling, as you humans say. Specifically, I can sense that the hard drive's controller is failing. This is likely due to the manufactured defect that's gone undetected by the device so far. You can have issues where something on the hard drives can break. That's basically what she's saying. I actually need to get another hard drive myself. I see. Well, thanks for the heads up. I can start backing up my data now as a precaution. Just let me know if you want my help. While you work, there is another matter I wish to address. Go on. I have no records of any activity this past Sunday. I should have some kind of record, even if it's just to tell me idling the entire day. But there's nothing, nada, zilch. I don't suppose whatever's affecting C1 and I could be related to or affecting you. That's a possibility. You two have most time in proximity to me. There is something different about C1's circumstances, though. Call it another gut feeling of sorts. Well, she'll be here this next Sunday. Maybe all three of us together can figure this out. I was actually going to suggest that you leave me alone that day, as much as it pains me to say it. If I am causing both of you trouble, it makes sense to isolate me. We'll just have to see on Sunday if it is me or something else. Let's hope it's not you then. I value your company. I'm glad to hear you say that. Look at that tail wiggle. Aw, the tail's not wiggling. I'll leave you to it for now. The rest of the week is a blur of activity between all the course material and personal work I have to do. In fact, I'm going to call it here. We'll find out what's going to happen Sunday next time. Bye, guys. Welcome back to MalOvent. Let's continue. What happened? Why didn't you load? The rest of the week is a blur of activity between all the course material and personal work I have to do. Sunday starts normal enough. I wake up to see Mallow waving at me from my phone on my nightstand. As per her request earlier this week, I smile, wave back, then leave her on the charging stand for the time being. I set up waiting for C1 after a shower and breakfast. She arrives a little bit past 9 a.m. Yo, anything weird so far? Nope. Come on in and make yourself comfortable. Thanks. You get your blood work back lately? Yet? Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary other than slightly low iron count. Except for the iron thing, same here. I've got my phone recording audio for the time being. Hopefully we won't need it. Hopefully. What should we do to pass the time? For once we're caught up on all of our assignments. I could always kick your ass in Super Smash. Before C1 can say anything further, there's a loud thud on the window outside. Then another and another. It's like a massive hailstorm out of nowhere. I moved to the window, looking outside. What the hell? It was sunny just a moment ago. I freeze on the spot. This isn't hail hitting my window, it's birds. Lots of birds, all of them blue. Oh my god, Twitter is attacking. It's not just my apartment either. The entire ground outside is littered with avian bodies. They seem to be running into things or dropping wholesale out of the sky. Siwon joins me at the window and is similarly awestruck. What the ever-loving fuck is going on? I don't know. We both jump as my TV suddenly turns on by itself and begins blaring an emergency alert. Safety alert! Electrical surges detected in your area. Immediately power down and unplug all devices. A new alert will be broadcast. A new alert will be broadcasted to mobile devices when it is safe to turn devices back on. Please remain calm. The hell is happening? That's when a much louder knock than the birds' impact comes from my door. Siwon and I look to the door in fear as an unknown voice shouts, Mr. Anon, we need to talk about your Mallow fast. Congratulations on reaching the end of Act 2. What? I hope you enjoyed the updated alpha version demo. The full... Okay, I didn't know we were that close to the end. I guess we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody. Hey guys, MalOvent just got an update, so we're gonna jump on into where we left off. The rest of the week is a blur of activity between all the course material and personal work I have to do. Sunday starts normal enough. I wake up to see Mallow waving at me from my phone in the nightstand. As per her request earlier in the week, I smile and wave back, then leave her on the charging stand for the time being. I set up waiting for Siwon after a shower and breakfast. She arrives a little bit past 9 a.m. Yo, anything weird so far? Nope, come on in and make yourself comfortable. Thanks. You got your blood work back yet? Yep, nothing out of the ordinary other than a slightly low iron count. Except for the iron thing, same here. I've got my phone recording audio for the time being. Hopefully we won't need it. Hopefully. Oh, wrong button. I'm testing some buttons here. What should we do to pass the time? For once, we're caught up on all our assignments. I could always kick your ass in Super Smash. Before Siwon can say anything further, there's a loud thud on the window outside. Then another and another. It's like a massive hailstorm out of nowhere. I move to the window and look outside. What the hell? It was sunny just a moment ago. I freeze on the spot. That isn't hail hitting my window, it's birds. Lots of birds, all of them blue. It's not just my apartment either. The entire ground outside is littered with avian bodies. They seem to be running into things or dropping wholesale out of the sky. Siwon joins me at the window and is similarly awestruck. What the ever-loving fuck is going on? I don't know. We both jump as the TV starts to turn on by itself and begins blaring the emergency alert. Safety alert. Electrical surge detected in your area. Immediately power down and unplug all devices. A new alert will be broadcast to mobile devices when it is safe to turn devices back on. Please remain calm. The hell is happening? That's when a much louder knock than the bird impacts come from my door. Siwon and I look at the door in fear as unknown voices shout, Mr. Anon, we need to talk about your Mallow fast! Congratulations on reading the end of Act 2. Wait, what? That's it? But this is the new update. Was that all the update added? Hold on, I need to go check. So that's it. I guess I'll see you guys when the next update comes out. Sorry, everybody.